us a little bit about the Japanese-American connection between the Tree of Hope and the Rainbow World Fund, and the wonderful story, if you don't know about it, Sadako. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, in case your viewers don't know, the Tree of Hope is actually this year it's a 22-foot tall holiday tree that sits in the rotunda of San Francisco City Hall. And we call it the Tree of Hope because it's covered with thousands and thousands of origami cranes.
There you are.
And yeah, here's a couple of them. And I don't know if you can see on camera, but all the cranes have people's wishes and hopes for the future of the world written on them.
Oh, they do.
And what happens is Mayor Newsom and I send out a letter that goes out electronically and a lot smaller amount, of course, in paper form. And it goes around the world and it asks people to share with us their wishes, hopes, thoughts, prayers for the future of the world. And
now, this is anyone?
Anyone. We have wishes that come in from Africa, China, all across the United States, Canada, Europe, of course. And people send in these wishes, and we print them out on paper and fold them into origami cranes, and they get placed on the tree. And we have about 5,000 pieces of origami on the tree this year, and a lot more wishes than that, because some of the cranes have more than one wish on them, of course. And we created the project because we have a lot of projects all over the world, and everywhere we go, we try to not only help people in a practical way, but we also like to inspire hope. And we thought, well, let's do something in San Francisco that really taps into the energy of hope and gets people thinking about what they want for the future of the world. And we thought that would be kind of a cool gift from Rainbow World Fund to the city that really has meant so much to us, and of course so much to the LGBT community. And we've been doing it for 3 years.
So this is the third year?
And the inspiration for it came about from when I learned the story of Sadako. She was a little girl who was about 2 years old when the bomb was dropped in Hiroshima. And when she was about 10 years old, she became quite sick with leukemia, and she was hospitalized.
And the leukemia was actually a result of the bomb.
Absolutely. It was related, excuse me, it was a result of the radiation poisoning from the bomb. And she got quite ill, and she was in the hospital. And one of her friends came to her and said, Sadako, do you know about the legend in Japan about if you fold 1,000 cranes, you'll have your wish granted? And she started folding cranes and was just doing them on little scraps of paper that she could get the nurses and doctors and people to bring her. And she ended up folding, I think, around 650, maybe a little bit more than that, and she died. And her classmates ended up folding the rest of the cranes to make 1,000, and they were buried with her. And when they started looking at the cranes that Sadako had folded, she had been writing wishes on them. And what was really, really interesting and very moving was her wish wasn't really to get better, to regain her own health. Her wishes were all about healing for the world, peace for the world, and wishes for other people and the welfare of others. So it was really moving, and that story was picked up, of course, by the Japanese media, and spread, because it was during the AIDS, they were just healing from the war still, of course, and it was during the AIDS age of nuclear proliferation, and this was just really poignant, what this girl's wish was, to change the world in this way. And I learned about the story from Paul Stankiewicz, who works with Rainbow World Fund, and we came up with the idea about using Sadako's cranes to create our own tree of peace and hope in San Francisco.
Wow. I had no idea. I was there last year, and I saw how beautiful the tree is. I just went to City Hall today, and it's absolutely stunning.
Oh, great.
Right at the top of the stairs, right there. But that is an amazing story. And that sure puts to shame anybody who feels like their life is really tough right now, or that they have a hard time having hope. Anyone can have hope, even an 11-year-old girl in the hospital, suffering from an illness that is not curable. That is amazing. So you have many famous people as well, or newsmakers that have cranes or wish represented on the tree. Who are some of them?
Barack Obama. We have a wish from him. Hillary Clinton. Danielle Steele, RuPaul.
Wow, that's
it's a really diverse
that's
group.
almost whiplash.
Dr. Jane Goodall just sent in a wish, which was really wonderful.
Can we know any of the wishes?
Do you have them written in front of you?
No, actually I don't. I was just wondering what...
I have them in a bag, but that might be too hard to get.
Many. Yeah. Just like an idea of what they're...
Hillary Clinton really wrote a beautiful wish, and it was focused on I think, the gay community. She talked about wanting to create a world where people are accepted no matter who they loved. And Barack Obama wrote a really beautiful wish about creating a world full of peace, love, and respect, different, more powerful and more different than the one we know now for our children. RuPaul's wish was easy: sweet love for all.
Thank you, RuPaul.
I could remember that one. Yeah.
Sweet love for all.
Yes.
I love RuPaul. And everybody's wish is different, but you know what? You have a wish. You want something to be done for the world.
Right.
How can we, as one person, start taking those steps forward? I mean, you knew since you were scraping peas off the side of your plate and thinking of the children in Africa, but a lot of people, it doesn't hit home until they have a moment to rest where their needs are being taken care of, and suddenly they realize, I should be giving something back.
Right.
How does one make that first step?
Well, I think we're really fortunate nowadays, because there's so many opportunities for us to give back. I mean, there's wonderful opportunities throughout San Francisco through nonprofit organizations and Glide Church and through nonprofits, churches, and different service organizations. I think you just need to open up the newspaper or look on the internet, and you'll find some great opportunities. Rainbow World Fund, if you want to help.
That's a good segue to you. How
Yes.
does one get a hold of you?
We're 100% volunteer-run organization, so we can use plenty of help.
Okay.
People just need to go to our website, which is rainbowfund.org.
What would some of the jobs be that people could be responsible for if they volunteered with you?
Okay, well, it could be anything from stuffing envelopes to collecting medical supplies. We also take people on a humanitarian aid journey to Guatemala every year.
Wow.
And people, pretty much anyone is welcome to come on that.
Is that the bus?
No, we fly down to Guatemala. And
It's a long drive.
the bus that you're mentioning, well, actually, the Guatemala trip, just so people know, that's July 9th through the 18th. This year, and people can go to our website and learn more about that. We just got back from Tijuana, and the bus you're talking about we have a 30-foot long school bus, and it's painted up sort of like the Partridge Family bus, except
great.
ours says one human family on the side of it, and it's all rainbow colors. And that bus we use to take humanitarian aid, medicines, and school supplies to Mexico.
And how do they react when the Partridge Family bus pulls in? I mean, is it an oddity to them? Is it?
It's a lot of fun everywhere we go. People are really attracted to it, and they want to come up and they want to learn about it, and everyone wants to get in on it, and they start telling us stories about school buses that have some special connection in their life. So yeah.
Do you see your volunteers that come and do this trip like you just told me, do you see them change during the time that they actually get to see something good that they're doing and see physically in front of them how they're helping someone? Does that have a change you can see in them when they come in?
Absolutely, and they often talk to me about it afterwards. The trip to Guatemala is really amazing because for most of the people that come on it, it's the first time traveling to a developing nation, and so they're really being exposed firsthand to a level of poverty that they may never have been able to even imagine, and people are really touched by that, of course, and they're touched by the Mayan people that they meet along the way, and they're also, I think, moved really by the hope that the folks that they meet on that trip have in spite of the circumstances that they're struggling against. So people come back and they often tell me that their lives have truly been changed, and quite a number of people I know have developed ongoing relationships with some of the projects that they visited down in Guatemala, some schools, some orphanages, things like that, and so it's definitely changed.